Yo, what's going on? It is Teacher Michael here, and welcome to Inner Mongolia, which I actually just learned is not in Mongolia at all. Inner Mongolia is a province in the northern part of China. And in today's video, I wanted to share a story with you about the last time that I was in this part of the world. This story starts about 5 years ago in Mongolia proper. The reason I was in Mongolia in the first place is because I was just finishing my year of teaching English in South Korea, and instead of flying home, I decided that I wanted to take the Trans-Siberian Railway and travel across China, through Mongolia, all the way across Russia and into Eastern Europe. And as part of that journey, I decided to stop in Mongolia for a few days and do several different homestays. As part of one of those homestay experiences, I ended up staying with this man. His name is Mr. Bold, and that's a very appropriate name for this guy. He was a big, bold man. So one night while I was there, we were sharing a few sips of vodka together, and he challenged me to an arm wrestling match. And I'm not one to back down from a challenge, so I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. Sadly, I wasn't vlogging at the time and I wasn't making videos, so the only physical or digital evidence that I have of this moment taking place is this photo. And as you can see here, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Bold could have pinned me in less than a second, but he was having a little bit of fun, sort of, you know, making me think that I might stand a chance. Anyway, the reason that I'm bringing all of this up is because today I entered into my second ever wrestling match against a Mongolian. The only difference is, this time it was in Inner Mongolia, and it wasn't just arm wrestling. We were full on wrestling, and my opponent was a professional. So before I actually get to showing you the footage of the wrestling match, I want to explain to you how this even happened. So I don't know a whole lot of facts about Mongolia or Inner Mongolia, but one thing that I do know is that wrestling is really popular here. So today when we were out eating lunch at a restaurant out in the countryside, we were able to ask the restaurateurs if we'd be able to see a wrestling match. And one of the guys who worked at the restaurant explained to us that right now, the wrestling season, like, it's in their off season, but he followed that up by saying, I'm actually a professional wrestler, and I'd be happy to wrestle your buddy if he's into it, meaning me. So I kind of laughed it off. I was like, oh yeah, that's hilarious. Like, we're not actually gonna go across the street and wrestle in a field. But the guy was dead serious. Like, he stuck around and he kind of looked at me like, are we gonna do this or what? So we did. And I have to explain to you for a moment, like, I'm not a wrestler. It's not like I have a bunch of experience wrestling. I just like to see things that are popular in the places that they're popular. So let's just cut to it. This is a pretty raw clip one of my friends was able to capture on an iPhone. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen, my first ever wrestling match against a professional. Oh, you're too good! He's so strong!
Mike, if you want to stop, start it.
Mike's not going to stop. Go for landing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
不要把人家腰带给扯坏了。
Oh, thank you. I was actually so surprised that I was able to last as long as I did in the match, but as soon as the guy got a hold of my shorts, I knew I was finished. I didn't stand much of a chance after that point. So that was it. That was my first ever wrestling match. Teacher Michael, 0-1. I guess if you count the arm wrestling match against Mr. Bold, that'd make me 0-2. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing a lot of wrestling in the future. So that's it. That was just a bit of fun and games. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me get my butt kicked by a professional wrestler. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos from my travels here in Asia. And until the next video, I will see you on the internet. Peace.